I just got done talking to the team after practice today, and I really believe in this group of players. I think that they can accomplish something significant this year. They've absolutely been all we could ask for in terms of their effort and focus. We've made significant progress in the last 8 or 9 months. I think, and that's the approach we've got to take here in the final 48 hours. I think we've got to believe in ourselves. We've got to raise our standard and our expectations, and we've got to go cut it loose. It's time to go put the ball down and go earn it, and I think these guys are looking forward to that. But it's critical that we make the most of our time here over the next 2 days, be grateful for what we have, and control what we can control in the future. So with that, we'll take some questions.
Everyone healthy?
McCaskill will be out Saturday, and Sammy Ochoa will be out. Besides that, we're pretty healthy.
What about the one everybody wants to know? What's the situation with the quarterbacks?
Yeah, we're going to play both guys. Nunez will be the first quarterback to run out there, and certainly he'll get to play for a while. But, I think everybody on our football team, our staff, they believe in both young men. Certainly Levi deserves to play. I think he's got the respect of his teammates, and he's an exceptional leader on our football team. He has the ability to affect others, and these two guys have a great working relationship. I mean, they're in the same meeting room every day. They've made each other better in how they prepared and competed against each other. But Andre will be our starter, and he's obviously, in my opinion, he's invested as much as anyone in terms of the way he's prepared physically, mentally, from a leadership perspective, his attention to detail, self-discipline, all the things that he can control. He's done a great job for our team, so I'm excited to watch him play.
How did you let them know?
We talk about it every day. They kind of have known that both guys are going to play since the other day. We rotate the reps. I think it's pretty obvious when one guy gets most of the 1 reps, as we come down the stretch. So those guys will be ready to play.
How do you anticipate splitting the reps between the two guys? Are we talking, possession by possession or quarter by quarter, or how do you envision that?
Well, it's kind of like playing cards, man. Sometimes you don't want to show your other team all your cards, but certainly respect the question. But that's why you got to buy a ticket and come to the game, right?
Do you have a plan in mind?
We do, yeah, we do, absolutely.
Do you play cards?
Yeah, I was a heck of a canasta player growing up. We played cards at the house growing up for sure. And I'm sure you did too, Dave.
There's a lot of people who, with the new, obviously your first coaching game, an in-state opponent, a lot of people expect really big crowd. I've heard some people think this could be a top 5 game at Cajun Field. How do you expect the players to react to that atmosphere for the first time when they walk out and just see this place hopefully packed?
Well, I think it's important for our fans to know, and people in this community to know, that they can have significant impact on the game. And it's one of the great things about this area is the pride associated with UL, what a Cajun is, the uniqueness of the culture here. And, our focus has to be on what we can control and how we prepare for the game. But certainly, the crowd can play a significant role in the game, and we want to make it a very difficult place to play. I think that when UL's been at its best, the fans have made a difference in the game, and certainly we hope Saturday's that way.
Has the potential weather impacted any of your game planning?
We worked wet ball today, just looking at the forecast. We always do that a couple of days ahead of time, but today the majority of practice was with a wet ball in preparation for that.
Did you go inside all day today?
We did, but we wet the ball each play throughout the practice.
Did you, hate to keep going back to the quarterback, but did you tell the team, or is it just sort of they see Andre with the ones today and they assume?
Yeah, I think that, we didn't make an announcement or anything like that. I think that there's competition taking place at every position on our team. We don't need to have a town hall meeting to announce every guy's change in the depth chart. We compete every day. And there's competition at every position on our team, from snapper to kicker to punter to starting corner. So across the board, quarterback just happens to be a position that everybody wants to write about. But I'm really ready to play more than talk about who the quarterback is going to be.
You are obviously set at some positions more than you are others. How many positions and which positions going into this week? You'll have guys plays, but maybe there's still plenty of guys going on.
Oh, yeah, and really in a quality, healthy football program, you know, there's healthy competition each week until a guy's a returning starter and he's really proved himself to be a superior player. And we maybe have a handful of guys like that, but we've got a whole team full of guys that are fighting for their spot, and they've got to earn it each day.
What's your biggest concern in these last 48 hours?
I think it's just newness, newness in routine. I think making the most of our mental practice down the stretch. Tomorrow we basically doubled up on our Thursday routine today and tomorrow like we've done, the last 7 or 8 years. So same routine, just a new group of guys, and making sure our staff makes the most of the time with the players, and certainly you want the players to have a certain level of focus, but you also want them to be loose and be prepared to play.
When do you get anxious for this? When do you start feeling the butterflies getting into your first game?
I mean, I don't think it ever goes away. Especially, I've told you guys before, if I could play, I'd play. And calling plays and having your own team, that's about as close as you can get to playing. But certainly, football's a unique game. The amount of time that your players and your staff, your support staff invest in the entire process and organization, and then just to go be guaranteed 12 opportunities, hopefully you get to play 13, 14, 15 times. But, the investment compared to the actual, viewable product, I'm proud of the way these guys worked, and I'm excited to watch these guys compete Saturday.
With McCaskill out, will Alonzo Brown step up, or might you do a 3-man rotation where they kind of slide? Or what?
Well, we have those 4 players that we kind of really believe are winnable players. But certainly Alonzo Brown, Chris Moncrief are the 2 players that really, kind of provide a little bit of depth there. But certainly we do have some versatility. I think those guys are in the same meeting room. There's some flexibility there in terms of being able to play both positions.
And who besides Alex Allen, if anybody, have you given scholarships to since?
Ladner, Jackson Ladner, the long snapper. He's got a unique story and probably deserves a little bit of attention relative to what he's been through. The guy tried out like 3 years in a row, didn't make it every time. I think he got the call last year, maybe going into training camp, maybe even the week of the, I'm not exactly sure, but he basically got the call up and, is a returning starter and a guy he's earned his job and, is well-deserving, well-respected by his teammates.
Got 1 or 2 left there, or are you done with that?
We have a handful left, and we're really, our approach is going to be, to watch this group of players. If it was cut and dry, we'd already made those decisions, but we really have a lot of guys that are